1. Oh wait, I gotta actually pull up my notepad.
So when you press play, it plays for everybody?
All right. Pulled up my little list. I need to change it though since I got all this qualifier stuff happening. Oh. One. It's your man, Poonannners, broadcasted to you live from Texas with my better half and man inside the minds of the players, Jables. The ESL competitions are underway, and we're breaking them down day by day to help you improve your game so you can lead your team to fame. What have you got for us today, Jay?
Hey, Pooh. Tonight we're going to be showcasing two top teams, Discover and Kangarillas. Representing Discover on this game is Dave Fox, Fair Enough, and Wild Card. Kangarillas is going to have Grumpiest Broom, Lover Ridge, and Sealable Bag.
All right, well, we're going to give you guys the play-by-play as we go over this semifinal match. Too bad there's no sound, so we're going to fill in the gaps, make our own sound effects. What do you think, Jables?
It's going to be fun, just no squishy sounds.
Well, whose view are we going to see today?
Looks like we're going to be on Sealable Bag.
Sealable Bag and Duel, I think, are two guys that run without recording sound in their video. Wonder why they do that.
I don't know. They need to get with me, and I'll teach them how to do the sound real easy. Real easy.
It's like, dear gamers recording your views, if you need help, Jables is available to walk you through the audio component. That's just a free, what's the word I'm looking for? PSA out there. He'll be hanging out in the Discord support for Lone Echo. All right, here comes a launch. To see how good their launch is from second view. Oh, the second man goes defense. I've done that a few times if you have a better launcher.
Yeah.
I've slowly gotten terrible at being the lead launcher. Looks like they're about to get an easy score here, but no good view on it.
Yeah, they just got it stripped away from him, it looks like.
It's great midfielding here. He's maintaining his distance from the disc, but he's pulling in closer than I'd like right now when the disc is in close. This is how you get yourself with the pants down, but luckily the disc going the right way. Oh, he teams up with Loveridge. Instead he uses the back off, playing real conservative here, Jables.
Yeah, I thought he was going to pull off of him right there and take charge, but yeah, I guess he changed his mind. Maybe he saw something happening.
He is the defense, and this is a defense on a top-tier team that does not lose, so definitely playing conservative makes sense. And this is the reason why they don't lose, is that they don't give up a lot of goals because they don't stop. Now, all of them triple up, though. That's how he makes the space. That is why he plays closer. I had not thought of that before. It's a brilliant move.
It is a brilliant move. I was wondering, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? And then there it was. Nice slingshot.
Man, maintaining his composure to do that, too. I had not thought of that because I had always said, maintain your space from the disc as the midfielder. Keep backing up. And he's like, no, get closer because your teammates will run out to you. And not only did they come to him for him to launch all the way back down to the goal, but both teammates came together so that they can momentum any which way they wanted to. That's that expand and contract dynamic play that we talked about. We kind of theorized it was a thing, but I've never seen anybody actually do it.
Right.
It's fantastic.
They did pull it off great. Dynamic gameplay is important and essential.
Oh, man. It's that people always talk about the defensive diamond or dynamic zone. Lots of names that people throw out there. But the expand and contract move is one we talked about a lot, where you spread your guys out so that you can do your passes. It leaves the team guessing, having to run around. Either they have to pay man-on-man or they kid soccer over and can't get you. So, but the idea is that once you're spread out, though, you have no choices whenever you need to run down the field and do something, or you have a guy running up on the goal like that. But if you contract whenever the disc is out of your advantage, that means all three of your guys are together, and you could triple up and launch to the other end of the arena. Very smart play. I don't know if they'll. I'm sure they're going to end up getting control of the disc here again, so we might be able to see it. But I don't know how often they end up. Ooh. He got scored on. I can't believe it.
Right by him. Yeah, that expand and contract, it's really good on paper, but difficult to pull off, and really cool that we got to see it happen.
Well, the more weeks we get into the ESL, the more practice people are going to get. Now, our goalie here, what was the name again? I missed it.
Sealable bag.
Sealable, yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Sealable bag. He was doing what we talked about, working that first cube, using the invisible cubes to get yourself some distance between you and the goal. But whenever the guy was coming down and to the right, that's what I usually like to do is drop to that down right cube. Can be problematic. The guy works the disc, moves it around, kind of finagles it, and can get it past you. He could probably dunk on you, but I like to get myself a little bit closer if I see he's coming in at a funny angle.
Interesting move right there. I wish we had audio to hear if Grumpius was calling for that, if he was telling him he's coming back, or if Sealable was just, just taking a chance, waiting in the goal instead of being aggressive.
I'm not entirely sure myself either, but we can only speculate now. We'll be able to talk to Sealable Bag about it later, about their play, some of the stuff they do. Maybe that's why it's run in mute, so we can't hear their secret plan.
Maybe.
That was a big discussion I saw about that with the EU players, that normally as a sort of gentleman's contract, they all play with live comms normally, and that sometimes people play with private comms like they do here in North America, and it's considered a bit of a lowbrow move. But they're all happy to hear that during the regional competitions and the finals, it will be live comms and a 4x4 foot square space to stand in. Yeah. So that's also a thing players are going to have to learn to play with.
Yep, you're going to might as well go ahead and get you a mat and get used to standing in one place. You don't want to take penalization points.
We need to start manufacturing and marketing pro mats. Beautiful steal there. He maintained composure. Now, they had a guy on goal, Dave Fox, ready to just lay into Sealable Bag, right?
Yes,
and Sealable Bag was staring down the striker. Striker did not know because he was tunnel visioned in, waiting for the punch to go for his shot, and got snuck up on it, got the disc stole from him.
Oh.
Shot on goal there, did not connect. I didn't hear the ding, but I heard the ding. You know what I'm talking about?
I do know exactly what you mean.
You could feel it. Now, this is interesting. Sealable Bag's pulled way up. His teammates are doing all the punching. He tosses up for a pull.
Nice alley-oop.
Beautiful dunk. Yeah, I love it. I love it when the guy's on the other side of the goal and just does a rip through. He's like, you're going into your home. Well, that ties it up, definitely. But beautiful volley, back and forth, run a lot of time off the clock. Less than a minute left in the match. Very silent so far. Nobody said anything. I mean, even the Jets are quiet out this match. You know, no hard feelings. Everybody's just taking their time. All right. Let's check out this launch. He's just going to go back to a defensive position. We'll see if we can watch downfield, though, and see who gets the joust. Oh, eyes off the joust. Pretty sure blue team got their hands on that one. Nope, it's purple, so you can't tell. I'm pretty sure blue team probably got the header, though. We need to get David to color the headers, too. Beautiful re-steal.
Yeah, I was going to say, that doesn't happen too often.
No, it does not. Took a shot to the head for his troubles, but the disc is completely in their control. Beautiful recovery. Midfielding work from Sealable Bag is fantastic. His ability to pull forward, his ability to look like he's playing conservative and then pull forward, but he finds an opportunity to strike is also fantastic. It's something that would either shock most players or most defensive midfielders. They would rush down the field and then get caught with their pants down, and then their team is screwed.
Yep,
or the midfielder would hang back the whole time and never be able to help out their team. Yep. He's got a crazy read on the field's momentum.
He's doing an excellent job of reading where the disc is going to be. Yeah, doing really well. And then he even comes up for the score on that one.
Yeah, we're going to have to give him a psychic test, though, because being able to see the future is definitely cheating.
Yeah. Shh, secret.
He has the tapes ahead of time of the games. That's how he does it. This time they're playing conservatively. I guess now that they got the lead, the idea is to not give up any points and just let the clock run down. There shouldn't be any time left on the clock as it is. I just didn't get a good look at it.
Yeah, that's a good strategy, though. If you're up, just keep it out of your goal. Oh, he gave up and just shot it.
Oh, that was just as the clock ran down. I was like, because he went to clear it, it got stole, and it looked like he'd pushed it through the goal, but the clock was done. Whoa.
Well,
Dang, almost pushed it into overtime. Missed it by inches.
Kangarillas did a good job of reducing the shots. They didn't get very many shots on goal. Leverage. I'm sorry. Disc over.
I'm getting a little feedback there.
So yeah, that play right there, you can't hear it because there's no sound, but the timer was out before right as he threw that.
Oh, okay.
So I made the save and just held the disc.
Oh, you just saved for fun.
The time was already up. Yeah, that's why I didn't throw it or anything.
So then his shot to
Leverage
you
with
was
the
a last
stuns.
desperate shot.
Yeah, it was like just the end of time. So
Yeah, Loverade's pulling in 15 stuns. Dave Fox with 11 and Fair Enough with 12.
Yeah, in total though, 25 to 25 on the stuns. So pretty dead even on number of stuns.
And
We
it
need to start
showed.
tracking that stat and see how much it plays.
Well, it showed.
Not
You
25 to
could see that
24.
they only had
24 to 25, yeah.
Disc
Math is
Over
hard.
only had about. I think they only had 2 shots on goal. Disc Over only had 2 shots on goal, and Kangarillas, I think they had 3. They had 1 miss, maybe 4 shots.
Yeah. Get an arm like a laser, man.
I left my scorecard in the truck. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, right. It'd be really nice if we could pull up on our own wrist computer the stats. Something I want to talk to David about if they ever get spectator working to give us a completely separate monitor for stats. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, that would.
But
be
he
cool.
did say the stats will be off the hook, so we'll be able to check that out. I didn't realize Silverback's shot was a 3-pointer. I was too busy commenting on his amazing ability to play there. Is this the only round, or are we going to watch the next one?
Yeah, we can start the next one.
Let's do it, man.
I heard it was a blowout.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll get a little bit into it. So I'm guessing after this match, they sort of broke their spirit and they gave up after this one, which is unfortunate because that team they're playing against are no scrubs.
That's true.
Oh man, you gotta put on push to talk there.
Nah, it's because I had my speakers on as well. My bad. I turned those off.
All right, thanks, man.
I didn't even know why you were echoing so bad.
You know,
now I know.
I haven't seen the wild card whip. I didn't see it all game. You know, he advertised.
Yeah, he didn't really get the disc that much. One thing I gotta say about this game before it starts is there was Fair Enough had issues or something with his frame rate on his headset, but with our own comms going on, we didn't really hear it, and we were kind of confused because they were.
I guess
don't
we're trying
know.
to talk.
They were kind of all annoyed because they had something with lag as well, but we didn't know if they were asking to restart because they were still playing there, they were still going hard, so we didn't know what they were doing.
Were y'all hosting this round?
So, yeah. So what you'll notice though is there's a lot of talking with us, but me and Fair Enough talked it out after and got everything cleared up.
And
but I asked him before I gave you this game.
Just a tip, if, just for anybody watching or that will watch, if you have a hardware issue or a guy's lagging or frozen, just don't even go out into the arena, and they'll get the idea. They'll understand that you're asking for a restart. So, in this situation, it sounds like maybe they might have wanted you to wait and restart it for a hardware issue, but just, for the future.
You can definitely show it by not doing anything.
Seems like it'd be a lot easier to just have everybody on your team disconnect immediately, but
that too.
It's don't even start the match. Just one of your guys is down, everybody's gone. There's no match.
So we didn't realize about the issues until we were already up. See, we just scored really fast there, but
yeah, that was.
So y'all went ahead and counted this round, I'm assuming, but at the same time, it just wasn't. This is the reason why it didn't work out is because they had a bail. Well, we'll leave this one running while we talk to you, man.
All right.
So, my question, Sealable Bag, what has been the biggest threat that y'all have faced in your 4-week winning streak?
Our biggest threat?
Yeah. People that you played against that you thought you might not beat.
I think we were pretty confident with most teams. Blacklist was one. Well, I guess they're knuckle puck now. We didn't know because we actually didn't. A lot of these teams we've scrimmed before. We've done scrimmages between weeks, but
So was
I've
that
never
week
played.
3 or week 2 for you that you played them?
Week 3.
And so when you played them in week 3, you weren't confident about that game, but you ended up pulling out the win.
Yeah, we were kind of unsure. And Titan. Titan, we've been back and forth with on scrim, so we didn't know how we could play. But when we're playing our best, I feel like we do pretty well against.
Have they paired you against Titan in the cups yet?
Yeah. We played them in finals week 2, and we won.
And you won.
First game we won 4-2, and second game we won 12-0.
Jesus Christ! The second game blowouts is not right at all, man.
Yeah. I actually talked to Duel after, and he said that Game Dude, he had some issues, or not issues, but like he got really, really nervous because finals was on that game, so it kind of got to him.
Yeah. A lot of
They're a
people
really good
have been
team.
talking about this, and we haven't had a chance to talk to your team about this, but this has been a common discussion about managing stress and anxiety. That whenever, your composure, like when you get dunked on, or when you think you're about to lose, or your trip is on the line, that people will have a tendency to sort of make mistakes. I watched some serious scrambling from a game that Jabil's team was doing a while back, that we just watched them all sort of by the seat of their pants were able to make the scores, but lots of mistakes, knocking stuff over. I think Jabil's nailed a chair.
Nailed a chair,
but it was just
and a wall.
maintaining that calm.
Caleb nailed the wall. Broken controller.
Well, I don't know if you know Grumpy as Broom, but composure is not our strong suit.
Yeah.
A lot of the teams say that.
Me and Loveridge are pretty good, but Grumpy can get on edge. But we keep him in control.
Yeah, he's one of those guys where his name matches his personality.
Yeah,
as far
absolutely.
as the game goes, I don't know him like outside of the game in real life, but as far as the game goes, his name matches.
He's
So
really
the
grumpy, but he cleans up on the field, you know?
Yeah.
The suggestion we've been throwing around is practicing meditation. Maybe use the guided meditation that's in the Oculus store or something like that. Help your guys learn focus, mental aware. What's the word? Not awareness, mindfulness, things like that to keep you focused and in the game. So that when you have a feeling that's going to get in the way, you just put it over here. I don't got time to think about that. Reorient your mind a little bit. I don't know. We don't have a lot of solutions, but what we do know is that it seems the European players don't quite have that problem as bad as the American players do. So maybe it's just our diet. I don't know, but it's going to be a problem come the World Finals.
Mm-hmm. I wanted to point something out. That's why I paused this, and then we'll keep watching it. But what we're about to see here is the disc get cleared, and Sealable waits for Loveridge to get by him, so then he can slingshot off of him. But then what you don't see happen often is Loveridge actually re-grabs off of Sealable and flies even faster. And that's a technique that really only the top tier players are able to pull off. But it definitely gets you so much more speed.
So did you do a re-grab like within the 3-point line?
Well, you'll see. He re-grabs him as soon as he pulls off of him. And then
right there. So he's
right
already
here.
here.
And then Loveridge re-grabs off of him.
This is how we pull off me being able to play up sometimes. Is that we know to find each other, to re-grab of each other, because you can get back really, really fast.
It's part of your consistent strategy is that your third man, your defensive guy is no longer hamstringed. He can play forward because the other two team members make sure that they're never so far out of position that he can't get back into play. I mean, I see that they seem to be tandem off each other. Watching your other two strikers is like watching two guys tethered by some bungee cord at this point.
Right?
Yeah,
and it's a great strategy.
That's
on paper,
something
but it's
that
hard
depends.
to pull off.
It depends who you're playing as well. If we have a team that's taking advantage of it, then we got to change up what we're doing. But
I'm not entirely sure how you would take advantage of that. That seems like a fantastic way to play the game.
I don't know, but
But it is hard to, like I said, it's hard to pull off because not everybody can pull straight. And if you don't pull straight through the guy in front of you, you can just throw that strategy out the window.
And it's just a reverse Hadouken. I don't get how people can't pull straight. That's all I ever do. I even make sure to say, the guy in front of me is like, I'm going to pull right through you every time I pull. I was like, I'm pulling right through you. I don't know if you played with me on your bag, Sealable bag. It's been a while, but you played me on your team. But you probably have heard me say that if you have. I'm just like, I'm pulling through you.
yeah, and that's one thing that I've kind of got subconsciously is I'm always looking to re-grab.
Look at that patience by Sealable. Incredible.
Nice recovery on the terrible pass there, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, your ability, you were talking about composure or whatever, and it might have been because, like you were talking about, that your team probably doesn't have great composure. You just haven't had a serious threat happen. We've had the top EU team told us that when we were bragging. We're not bragging, but we were complimenting them on how great their composure was and how the North American team seemed to have a problem with that. And they said, well, maybe our composure is just good because we haven't had a challenge yet. And to which I said, ooh,
Yeah,
we'll have to see.
they only have one cup. They only have 7 or 8 teams that check in every week. So.
Well, the top team was so good that Boop's headset was messed up, and so they just didn't play this week because it was going to completely not like getting a 0 was not going to affect their standing.
Yeah, and that was actually the same boat that my team, Simeon's team, and Eclipse was all on, because we all had 300 points, and the 4th place had 245, but everyone below that, I think the top one was 185. Well, yeah, but I thought you so even if they won
0 though, because it's 245, they pull off the win. That's over 300.
Yeah, but then we still stay in 4th. Like we still stay in top 4. Well,
that's what I'm saying. If all 3 of you decided to take the day off, then you'll have to fight it out for that 4th place.
That would be interesting. Add a challenge.
That's what had to happen in the EU. I think they had the 2 bottom guys tied, and they had to have a shootout, or it was like possible the 2 bottom guys were going to tie. I don't remember. Something like I remember hearing a discussion about that they'd have to have a shootout.
Look at this! You just have these guys scrambling, and I mean, you guys are, again, it's not anything that's a secret. You guys are just pulling it off well, passing and not being selfish. And I mean, instead of taking that shot being forced, you threw it up to your teammate. It's just great play.
It's not even just that. It looks from looking at your team, not to dissect what it is you're doing, but it looks like your team actually has some favorite islands and setups that you like to do, and your guys will go there when they find the opportunity and wait. So instead of floating out, like this is what a lot of your basic guys when they get into passing will do, is they'll look at the player and it's like, I'm just going to float in a way that will make it easier for you to get it to me. And it looks like what your team has done is just said, you know what, depending on the positioning of the team and the person who has the ability to probably get the disc first, then I am going to stand on this island because that's where he's going to expect me to be. And I'll be a stationary target. And from the island, I can quickly change direction to recover that disc if the pass is bad. Am I close there, Sealable Bag?
I'm not at liberty to discuss this. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, we have areas that we like to go, but we have callouts for like generalization of areas. So even if someone's chasing the disc in the back corner, I know where my teammates are.
I've got so many names for that island up by the goal. Do y'all have one for it? Y'all just call it that island by the goal?
I can't tell you that. I can't.
Oh, because I'll
tell you another one that we call the middle one bow tie.
Oh, really? I've called it the dais, the pulpit, and the podium because it always looks like it's someplace you just stand to either preach or make a speech.
Yeah.
One of the suggested celebratory moves I told someone to make is that you have a guy who's up there, standing up there like he's Caesar in Rome, and he just does a thumbs down, and then the other player makes it look like he's cutting off the head of the last member on his team, and then he just falls.
Look at this clear poo. Bounces straight up to leverage.
There's no way that was on purpose. Come on.
I don't think it was. I think it was just a clear, but it just worked out.
Oh, beautiful play. You guys are like watching magic, man. Best team in the league right now.
So
no one better. Can't wait to see how you perform at the Oculus Connect.
Sealable.
Oculus Connect 4 VR Challenger League Regionals.
Yeah,
do you guys get a lot of practice in, like as a team? Are you guys able to practice a lot, or do you find yourselves maybe 1 or 2 of you guys here and there sporadic?
We have set practice, but I don't think it's enough. I don't think we practice as much as we want to.
I like that set practice. I always say the teams that are going to win are the ones that practice.
Yeah, like it's not necessarily about volume; it's more consistency. As long as we work on certain things.
Good, clear. My goodness.
That's what my coaches told me growing up. Some of my coaches told me growing up. They said, it's not practice makes perfect. It's perfect practice makes perfect. To which I said, I would like, if I had nerd glasses, I would push them up. It's like, actually, perfection is impossible.
Me and Dave I was trying to punch each other for half an hour.
So, you want us to give you Hasko's trick? I don't know if you've been watching the reviews, but we've dissected Hasko's trick for making those punches connect 99% of the time. Come up through the body, up through the head. Yeah. It seems to me, and I bet if I talked to David about this, I'd be right, that the head hitbox actually trails the character based on which way they're moving. So it might also just be where you're aiming. But the hammer fist, or I guess we should call it Hasko fist at this point, the Hasko fist seems to account for that for most cases. Covers a much larger area.
All right, I think this is our first Mercy end that we've seen since we've been doing these.
Yeah, see, there we just realized that they stopped. So we stopped and just talked to them. This is where we kind of just talked, like, what was going on.
How do you handle playing random games against a team that's clearly nothing to you guys? Instead of just, like, do you just run up the score, or do you actually still work on plays? How do you overcome when it's more a rate of playing against, I'll say, unworthy teams versus playing, teams that are a challenge for you? How do you overcome that going from practice to the real thing?
We'll run up the score on ESL. If you our first week finals, the first game against Hasko's team, we were winning 20-0, and Loveridge scored a 3-pointer, and they weren't happy. It's a competitive league, and
yeah, fair enough.
We apologize. We felt bad. We felt bad because that doesn't help the team's morale at all. It just makes them feel bad.
Yeah,
but
I watched.
Generally, we'll just try pass it around more and more. If we're doing like a public game, we'll just pass. Try to get 3 passes before a goal or something.
I watched Boop's team do that in a finals match where the first round was, I think, 24-0, and the next one was 22-0. It was just brutal, just repeatedly just wrecking that team. It was Martin III's team, I think, that they wrecked.
Oh, you want to see brutal? I'll bring in the our finals against Lemmings team. That was brutal.
Who's that? What's that team?
Eclipse versus my team in the finals.
Who's Eclipse?
It was brutal. Like, I think it was 26-0 and then 18-0.
They're like Voldemort. You're not supposed to speak their name, man. They're the team that shall not be named. Man, though, I've seen people give them trouble, though. So I'm expecting as time lets on, we still got a few more weeks until Oculus Connect 4. I'm expecting to see you guys be able to bring a good showing there, because I'm starting to see skills diverge, both team and individually. So I'm curious to where the skill cap is going to be come the World Finals in March.
Oh, there's no telling. There's so much improvement just over the last couple weeks. You go from first and second beta to now. It's just incredible, all the meta that's been discovered and the strategies. It's going to be crazy another, 8 months from now?
Oh, man. Speaking of beta, there was somebody posted an old video of a collection of stuff that they did during the beta. They're like fooling around in Oculus Arena. I saw it today on the r/Oculus. I was like, oh, this will be fun. And the whole video was like terrible. And the whole time I was like, oh, I was like, I hate this. Why do I hate this? And after a while, it took me a while to realize that it was all shots from the beta. And I didn't realize how much has changed. It seems like not a lot's changed, but they've tweaked so much and they've changed so much that it would really suck to play in the beta. I'm actually curious to see what current day Lemming would think of playing against first beta Lemming.
I never even played in the beta.
Oh, I can't be a beater unless you play in the beta. That's basic.
Sorry.
All right. Well, thanks for coming to us, Sealable Bag. Hopefully we get some of your other team members later down the road. Can't wait to see you at Oculus Connect 4.
Are you going to be casting?
Thanks, Jables, for joining us. Huh? Yeah. I have not signed anything yet, but it should be not long. And I'll be out there, yeah.
Oh, awesome. Cool. I'll see you there.
Hopefully, yeah. Get used to playing. You're already playing in a confined space, so I guess you'll be at an advantage.
Oh, yeah. I can't lean forward. I'll hit my head.
Oh, hey, so you're going to be in a new situation, because I'm pretty sure it's going to be 360, movement up there.
I'm going to be free.
I'm thinking the setups will be very similar to the way they were when we were all at Ready at Dawn Studios, which is like a small space, but 3 cameras, 360 setups.
I've done 2-camera 360 where I have my computer in a different room that I can actually do room scale, but it's just like annoying moving my computer back and forth, so I just learned to play in front of my desk. And
although that is crazy that you're so high tier and you play in such a confined space. It's very similar to like people who play with me. I play very well, but I play sitting down, and I have a big space and I don't use it. Yeah. And it drives people nuts.
And Hasko's the same way. She's a great player, and she plays sitting down and front-facing setup as well.
I think you can make whatever you want work. The thing that I always point to is that top-tier Smash Brothers Melee player who's disabled and plays with his face. So I was like, you can make anything work, man.
Yeah.
in video
Plus,
games.
it's just with this kind of game, a lot of the time, defense or offense, you're facing the same direction. There's just some movement back and forth, but majority are facing one direction, so it's not a huge hindrance on your gameplay.
Well, you know what's funny? I was watching that and I didn't see. Did I not? Oh, you're doing continuous rotation. I was like, I didn't see any click turning, and that's
Yeah, no, I don't have click turning.
You'd mentioned it earlier, but I forgot. I was like, wait, what? All right, I got it now.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for joining us, guys. You can check out
man.
Poonannners.com to get the links to all of our stuff. You can also check the links for the ESL VR Challenger League, as well as r/Echo Arena. The official Discord is also available there on my website and in r/Echo Arena and r/Oculus. I think may still have a link up. You can also go to After Hours, EAAfterHours.com. There's a link on our website as well that will lead you to this nice community of people who get together. They mix up their teams and really work on their skills. They even have trainers available on certain days. The Hamburger Helpers are also out to help you learn how to play every Thursday night, organized by Sakura. Be sure to join us as often as you can as we go over the games, as we get our hands on them and talk to the teams to figure out what we can do to better our game and to get ready for the World Finals. Send us off, Jay.
Hey, good night, guys. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll bring you some more exciting games tomorrow. Well, at least one.